Torsos has been here, Torsas has done it, but if he is going to make it over to another London crowd day, he has got to put together 2 days of the best Rocket League of his career. But with Team Liquid, they know that Europe is in a bad spot here today, Johnny. They're going to try and figure this out.
Yeah, this is a must-win for Liquid. You know, their season probably finishes with this event, but after what happened yesterday, I think just for their egos, they need this. It's almost a goal early on. Just bounces into the post.
I'm traumatized from kickoffs. After that G2 series, I don't want to see any more kickoffs.
I'm seeing right now, CJ's moving away from the camera. I really want CJ back over at the camera so we can keep shooting back over to him, see how he's feeling about all of this.
He's confident. I mean, Liquid, they didn't play too badly against Falcons. I think Falcons proved after being phased that they just really were on some ridiculous level yesterday, which they usually are in RLCS with that exact roster. So Liquid started strong against Falcons. I'm expecting them to do the same here, and yeah, I think a quick win against Power.
So, I mean, it wasn't a really high bar set yesterday, but Liquid probably the strongest first round showing from a losing team. All right, Ato's going to want to try and sort that shooting out later, but they can come in here with somewhat confidence while Oski's doing that. I think he's confident.
Especially with the way that Falcons performed and how much hype there is around that team. I mean, Johnny, you've been talking about it literally for years about how good
we have had
Falcons
to put up with this, haven't we?
We have for way too long. And now, you know, everybody can be quiet because we realize how great Falcons are. And I think that gives a lot of credit to Team Liquid and how they're going to perform here, especially whenever they've got the entire region of Europe on their backs.
And, you know, that Power roster not able to take a game off phase. You did fall the same scoreline to Falcons that Liquid did, in similar fashion. But so far, they are holding on, and this is a great chance for them to get the ball rolling. In fact, there's a bit of pressure onto Oski there. Torsos able to keep the ball alive, but vacating the area. Third man not able to follow up.
We know how quick Liquid can be, a Chronic! Started off yesterday incredibly well. He looks to do the same this time around, Turtle. A Chronic for me, for as mechanical as his two teammates have been, has been the difference maker for Liquid this tournament.
Yeah, and that was a lot of mechanics behind the ball, but then outside of it, we saw Oski going for the mid-aerial bump play, and he ended up taking out the goalkeeper, making it that much easier to find the first goal for Team Liquid. And we can expect a lot of physical plays, a lot of damage, at least with mechanics, but the question is, how do Power respond?
Yeah, they've got to really go for it here. You don't have a chance against Liquid unless you really fight for that midfield. We saw Falcons able to even out the speed disadvantage they started off the series against Liquid with, and since then they were able to take control. So, you know, it's finding the balance between matching Liquid's speed without pushing yourself to the point where mechanical inconsistencies start to become a real problem.
Power as well, it's very much about just trying to find that balance, because we saw Liquid, once things started to go wrong for them yesterday, they struggled to put it back together. Oski taps it down. What a play! Team Liquid 2.
Oski. We've just been talking about him all game one, and he's going off the ceiling to get the drop down pass to a Chronic, the dynamic duo, just making waves on offense.
That was brilliant play. Loving what I'm seeing in the top left, by the way, these little icons they managed to get inside their names up there. That's great to see. Chronic has been the star, though, as he's indicating.
What a start for Liquid.
Yeah.
Crazy.
They got one of these yesterday as well. They were, I think, 4-0 up on Falcons, or maybe I think it was 4-1 in fact, but it's about keeping this level. They did start to show inconsistencies. Double reset attempted by Ato there. Mechanics are never a question as Oski completely dusts his man to the ball. Not having any problems with Power so far.
For Team Liquid, they have been that team for the longest time now where they might just run over you. But if you can get them to slow down, get a loss next to them, they're a team that have struggled to adapt. The big thing here for Power is getting themselves into a position where that is a problem, and this might help. Torsos' shot doesn't need any help. Make sure he finds the target.
And let's see how Liquid are going to handle this one, because that was not ideal. We saw a double commit from two of their defenders, and a clean beat by Power call to Express there. It's in. Just don't try and steal that one, man. It's already in. 1-goal game. Power able to find something with a Liquid mistake in defense.
And that's exactly what you were talking about, Johnny, was keeping the consistency. I mean, game one, the beginning looked great, but of course you start to struggle a bit on defense, and things start to get shaky. A double commit, not ideal, and of course not something you want to see. 1 minute and 31 seconds left. Power, they might just have a chance.
They need it as well. They need it for their world's spot. They are fighting for themselves here. If they lose this, they need Pioneers to lose as well later on today. Otherwise, Power will not be going to the World Championship. They'd much rather get it done here, not have to wait for their region to lose as well later on today. Nice little recovery there by Amphis. Looks like he was bumped off the play, but managed to get back onto it with a very smooth move.
1 minute left now. It is up to Power to make something happen. They keep going for those infield passes. Yeah, it looks like Team Liquid have now caught sight of it. They've been dealing with that reasonably well.
Hold on.
Now Express, nothing on that. Oski gets wiped out for his troubles. I like the adaptation there from Power. Realized that despite the fact that the shot didn't have much on it, it also meant that the defender had to stay completely still.
I really love the timing of the demo. They knew they were under pressure, and Team Liquid were going to be stationary. That goalkeeper not even moving, but it's the final 35 seconds. What a redirect from Torsauce to get that back into his own team. It looked a little bit scary at first, but I like the possession.
Yeah, you have to just yell back pass there to let everybody know.
A bit risky.
Just as long as you say back pass, it's a back pass. Just 20 seconds left though. Power have to find a goal. They've got to find it now. That was a big chance for them. But Liquid survive for now.
Oski, I'm so impressed that he managed to hold his nerve during that because he was just stood still for like 3 seconds. That's an eternity in this game. It was off the demo. Torsauce tasked against the toe.
Here we go.
Who does get a hold of it. Torsauce needs to try and find a setup. It's going to be tough. Amphis keeps it up off the backboard. Where's the follow? And toe is too quick. And Team Liquid have got game number 1.
Bit of a scare at the end there. A couple of scares actually for Liquid, who started off just as they did yesterday. They looked like the better team by far. They were outpacing their opponents. They were dominating the midfield. But that was a nice little surge at the end there by Power, showing that they definitely have something here. And they've got a lot of experience on this team. They've got a lot of LAN experience as well. So this is looking good for them, I'd say, to start off. Definitely the Liquid, clearly the more mechanical team, as we expect.
And in terms of experience, it's literally the opposite. I mean, you got rookies on the other side internationally, but then, of course, everybody knows Torsauce, Amphis, Express. They've been here before, but that's why I favor Liquid. This is their second series. That first one, get the jitters out, come out in the second series and really pop off.
Yeah, so coming into this one, Team Liquid on top. This is what we saw yesterday. However, they looked really good. And speaking of looking really good, welcome over here, Turtle. We need a...
I'm with my mates. I'm with my mates.
Yes.
Bruv. Gov.
You've got to just rate Turtle's English accent.
I've been doing this the entire
He
time.
has been.
I think everybody hates me right now because I just don't stop.
It's difficult though because yours is actually
pretty
solid.
Good. It's getting good.
Thank you.
If it was always bad for like the last 2 years, then we might have a problem. But like, it's always been pretty good.
You were doing it before, like at any event. This is all he does. He walks around this with English accent.
That's right, bruv.
Now you're in
Game
London.
2 in it.
Make sure you do that to all the fans you meet. If you're coming by the copper box, you see Turtle, you better be doing an English accent for you.
He's just another one of the lads, isn't he? As we get ourselves into game number 2, and Acronic just gives up on that play, knowing Express Projects are covered. But this is where Power needs to get out of, because Team Liquid will tend to win these challenges. They look to try and set up here. So that shot has nothing on it, but Torsauce might not be too happy about getting that one taken off it.
Just 20 seconds in, look at the dominance from Team Liquid. They've got pressure. Every single 50-50 seems to be going their way. I love the way they are rotating out in the midfield. They're a bit passive, but Power are clearing it right to them.
They're saying upfield, that's a great little cut there from Atto. Oski didn't even read it, but he's still able to adapt and get onto the play. Atto double tap, just gonna sneak it in. With a lovely recovery. I think a bit of laughter here from Acronic, because that was certainly a chaotic play. Oski just ended up in the perfect position after underestimating what his own teammate Atto could do.
This is my one big worry here for Power, which is they cannot afford, either through choice or through lack of boost, getting stuck into situations where all 3 players are on the back line. Team Liquid are too mechanical to not be challenged in the air. Someone has to be there.
And that's something that Liquid did great yesterday. They were boost starving very effectively. If you can't find a way to get out, whether it's 50s, passes, or something, you know, anything but a soft clear is good. Once again, Liquid are just too quick in the back corner.
How do you even get this into the midfield without pinching it across? It
Amphis may have helped.
A delicate touch. Look at that follow-up from Atto.
Phenomenal. And as well, even the little bump on the play before that, Express thought he was going to control the ball. Nah, you're not getting control, you're getting bumped into it. So they have a pull shot to cause some chaos. Liquid thriving in it.
There's Acronic looking to try and add more pain to the misery. Oski believing in it. Just feels to me like the more you question what Team Liquid are doing there, the stronger they are as a team. The more they seem to believe in what they are capable of doing.
Yeah. It feels like game 2 is where all the fans of Team Liquid are going to finally get confidence in this tournament They
They
struggled
just want
against
to get rid
Falcons.
of the second game from yesterday.
Exactly.
All right, there we go.
Exactly.
I think after seeing Falcon's success, they're already going to feel great.
Yes,
But I think this, just like for Furia earlier on, this is a great round one game for Liquid because they're just so impressive mechanically and they're so fast and they're synergizing well right now. So, you know, if you've already got a mechanical advantage and you can nail the synergy, I mean, look at this from Oski. It's making Amphis look silly here, and Amphis is no slouch. 2-0 though, just like we saw in game one. And Power get one back just like they did last game.
For Power, we know that they are capable, just as capable as Liquid, with getting rid of the ball. They can get that ball over the halfway line. Look how confident they are. Ato just loiters around, knows the ball is coming his way.
And look at his positioning. He's so far forward. He was going for a boost steal, got it, turned around, and there's a clear coming right at him.
You know, Power, they're trying to pass the ball down the line there. They're trying to get rid of it because they don't want to just give possession away with an unnecessary clear, but Liquid are all over them. They're intercepting brilliantly. When they're feeling confident and they position confidently, they really can just rely on their mechanics to do the job for them. It's not something you can say for all the teams at this tournament who need to be very careful with their positioning because they don't have those acrobatic mechanics, those cat-like movement to get into the midfield again. Liquid just crushing it right now. Power have to do something about this, 'cause like we keep on talking about, if they get stuck in this corner, they're not going to have a chance in the matchup.
They're doing good at getting it to the halfway line. It's just maintaining this bit, because the moment they get out there inside the field, that's the moment that the whole team's thinking, all right, finally we can boost, we can get ourselves back into position, and by then the play's already gone. They can't really create anything. But for Team Liquid, they've got so many advantages that we get goals like the one we just saw, Turtle, where you've just got players around because, hey, we've got that much field dominance.
Well, and you said that they can boost finally, but for how long is the question? Because they don't have too much once they get past the midfield line. It's just getting nabbed right from under
You have
them.
a look at this here. Finally, boost inside the field. Nothing. Finally, Amphis gets something, but look at where he is. Oh, finally, he can actually make some use of this. Almost found the drop-down pass, but it was covered.
Power had a shot, I'm actually not sure if I can remember one. Watch the scoreboard come up with 5 or something. In it. But, if they they've definitely not had any clear-cut chances. They're having a real issue here.
Look at this
anything
space right in
realistic.
front of him. Chronic was able to go up for that challenge. Nobody was there to pressure him, and it's a free clear down the other side.
Yes, when you're getting consistently beaten to the ball the way Power are, they don't want to position aggressively. They're just assuming at this point that they're going to get dusted on the way to the ball, so they're sitting back to go. Surely, it's in. And it was another double commit, just like in the first game. A Liquid mistake. It does result in a goal for Power.
Well, we usually say if you're going to double commit, you've got to win the ball, but in this position, you've got to at least hit the ball, one of you.
I don't want to be that guy, though, but
you can be that guy.
It's common whenever you got this much space to have a double commit. They're literally walking around with the ball. All this possession is theirs. There's so much space between them. They're probably super confident in this matchup alone and in game 2. So seeing a double commit doesn't really spook me for Team Liquid.
Has kind of just become part of the identity of this team, and almost as much of the identity as backboard double taps or flip resets, anything else. Now we go off the backboard yet again. Torsos is not going to be able to challenge that first time. Waits for it to come back down. He has got options down the field. Unfortunately, straight towards Chronic. Got another corner double commit there, as we saw earlier, but it doesn't mean anything because Power don't have anything to work with.
Liquid are just showing absolutely no respect to the Power counter-attack. No, they might need to. It's gone straight in on a lot. How does this keep happening? I feel like Liquid have dominated all 10 minutes that we've seen so far, but a back corner pinch goes in off an Amphis fake. He's done well there to get close enough to the ball to convince the goalie he's hitting it, but we've got a 1-goal game 25 seconds away from a potential tie.
You said no respect, but they respect Amphis enough to think that he had that one.
Yeah.
And now suddenly, 20 seconds left. Power are right into this. Oski, again, he has actually been the powerhouse on the backside of the field. Amphis does not have the boost to get over to that play. 10 seconds left. What can Power put together? The infield pass far too telegraphed. Amphis can take back over. Still trying to move down the field. Torsos was the option. Oski again wins the challenge. He might be able to turn it into a goal. Where's that one going to bounce? Just doesn't quite reach the lip of the corner. And that is 2-0 Team Liquid.
Yeah, it's a very interesting series because Team Liquid they're clearly dominating, but a couple of careless mistakes at the end of both games made the scoreline interesting. And yeah, I gotta give credit as well to Amphis. You know, we saw double commits for the other 2 goals, double commits in defense from Liquid, resulting in power goals in their opening goals for both games. But Amphis did the right thing on that, or redirected send.
Right.
You've got to either narrowly hit the ball or miss it. It's better to miss the ball than to hit it hard there, because if you get a big solid hit on it, you take the pace off the ball anyway. So you just got close enough to make Liquid think, oh yeah, he might have that. Yeah, Liquid double commits defense. Maybe they can afford to do that now in this matchup, but you can't afford to do that later on in the tournament.
That save stat, look, I don't think I've seen that before.
That's pain.
Yeah,
That's pain.
They didn't have one.
Pain for who? The team that got a lot of saves, or the team that conceded 2 goals without a save?
Listen, it felt more mental, okay, for Power. We're disrespecting them up here. I think that once they got confident, after seeing a double commit happen, they realized, okay, we're not up against giants. They do make mistakes. They do falter a bit on the defensive side, and we can punish this if we push forward. There's not too much boost to work with. That's the issue for me.
If you want another British phrase to add to yourself,
I'm ready.
what
Okay,
we
I'll
call
write
this
it
one
down.
is like when a team's so far ahead, we call no keeps. All right, no goalkeeper. You're not allowed it.
Wait, say it again.
You're too bad. You're too good. So you get no keeps. No
No
goalkeeper.
keeps.
No keeps. No keeps,
Yeah.
mate, bro.
That's
All
what
right.
Liquid seems to be doing.
I got it. Add it to the library of British slang. I'm ready.
We're gonna need to keep building that one. So, remember earlier on today, Gregan saying that he thinks all the English players are going to make it through to the top 8. Oh, great pass actually. Hold that thought as Amphis able to finish off a phenomenal counter-attack started by Torsos.
Wow. I gotta say, so much credit needs to go to Amphis here, because whilst this game has not been going Power's way, he's not resorted to just sitting back the entire time. He has been happy to go downfield and at least stretch Liquid's defense a little bit, give the option, because if Team Liquid just try and play for challenges their own side of the field, they're never getting out. They're never going to get a chance. But Amphis' just presence is giving them a shot.
And for me, it felt like the first minute of the last game, he didn't want to do that. He was a bit
They've
more
done it.
passive, and now he's popping off after you're shouting him out.
2 goals for Amphis in 36 seconds. Again, it's Torsos with the assist though. Keeps control of the sidewall play, chips it middle, and Amphis is there for the finish once again. That link up is key. And now really for Power, the question is, do they keep pushing? Do they keep fighting for that midfield, or do they just try and park the bus the way they did in the other 2 games? Because Liquid do get goals when they do that, but 2 goals? Maybe not, maybe they can hold.
I mean, if you want to go full Hopium mode for Power, they've scored the last 4.
That's true.
Oh,
Almost wasn't true for too much longer, but it is Torsos who has been really steadfast in defense. They need more of that. They've got the lead. Here's Amphis.
he got the flip.
Continues to try and add to it. But Liquid, this is where the question marks really started to form yesterday, is how do they play when they're behind Turtle? Oh, it might be even worse.
My.
Oh, and a toe. Barely able to put that one above the crossbar.
His life flashed before his eyes, and now they're down the other side of the field, almost winning the 50-50. Oski trying to force this into a better position. And Power immediately returning the clear. I like how they're staying behind the ball more. I've noticed Torsos wants to creep in a little bit. He's more eager to get behind the ball. You even see him there almost going for a double commit. It might end up punishing him.
Look at this.
It's so free.
What is happening?
It's still on. It's still on. Oski and Torsos gets the save. There was 3 players. I thought it was safe because, hey, they got 3 players back. And then I realized that's all blue color cards. And it still didn't end up going in.
There it is.
Oh, there we are.
There it is.
Okay. Well, they really, really should have got that one a while ago, because they were making the goal huge. So when you've got a teammate beside the net, you can pass the ball to him, or you can shoot it, but the pass ended up being so far away.
And
It
even
didn't work.
that shouldn't have gone in. Did you see Amphis on the backboard?
Yeah,
he was just
definitely.
waiting. Should have gotten a touch.
Definitely, you know, a bit of a freebie there for Liquid after throwing away a glorious opportunity. Power want to be more aggressive. They want to step forward and fight for this one. They've got to win this series if they're going to go straight, or if they're going to make Worlds wildcard. It's as simple as that. If they don't, then they're going to rely on Pioneers losing.
Who's
later
got eyes on
today.
CJ? Where's he at?
CJ's celebrating
We need
right
a
now.
CJ Cam.
He's got to be
it's
celebrating.
oh!
Oh, he's celebrating now. That's more convincing from Liquid, more convincing from Atto.
All tied up now, and they managed to get the comeback. This is what they were looking for. After that first mistake, they figured out how to connect with each other on offense, and it looks a bit like the Amphis Express, or Amphis Torsos, excuse me, connection, but on the other side.
I like that, the Amphis Express.
The Amphis, that does sound nice.
Ourselves back down. Atto can't quite find the challenge. Amphis, though, still finding those very solid pinches against the wall. Torsos already up. Oski's just flying at everything. He is very much decided that ball chasing is the play style
Yeah.
for this. Off the backboard, asking an awful lot from Express to try and turn that one in. Toad just given the impression he'd had 0 boost or very low of it, and he still made a play happen. But this is better from Power. Do not look like they have been deflated by that lead disappearing on them.
Yeah, you compare the first 2 games to this, and regardless of the fact that they've lost a 2-goal lead, you'd take 2-2 over, what was it, 1-2 or 1-3 or 2-3, whatever. They were losing in this position in both the previous games to this, so 2-2's a step up on that. They just need to really stay focused here, trying to deny Liquid any clear-cut chances. You have to contest every ball because, like we keep mentioning, there are solo play threats coming from every angle with Liquid in the field. Liquid are really just throwing themselves at the ball here. They're trying to surprise
Oski's
Power
still going.
whenever they can, with extra touches, with cuts of rotation. This is not a standard play, but it
my.
slipped through. And if you look at the top right, you can see that there's absolutely no boost for Power to play with here. They're all just playing with such little amounts, and that was costly.
Yeah, Express, that was just painful for him. He knew he couldn't quite get there, gave it his all. And Team Liquid, making use of that boost advantage, did not overcomplicate it, just realized the advantage that they had, thought that they would finally test it, and they finally managed to get the ball into the back of the net. Oski's also missed.
My.
Couldn't get the follow-up touch. But Power, a minute 25 to secure their world spot, or at least keep it alive. It is time for them to go all in for it, Turtle.
Meanwhile, Liquid, they've got all of Europe watching this series alone, hoping they take the win and can hold on for 1 minute and 8 seconds left. We've seen the best out of Power, but what else do they have to build on this offense? It was previously so much work from Amphis and Torsos. Let's see if Express gets a piece of it.
Amphis needs to just re-establish himself outside the field. He's already trying to do it there. His entire strategy is just throw myself at the first challenge. Does not matter if I get to it. Just make sure I'm the option for my two teammates. But this player right here has been the difference maker for me. Oski has been such trouble. He's gonna get the goal here. But Oski in game 3 has been the reason that Team Liquid have got this game.
Look at the way Achronic kills this too. He uses the bottom of his car. A lot of times you'll see players just go in, get a pinch, it goes flying the opposite way. So much control and finesse on that touch to set up the security. 2-goal lead for Team Liquid. Might just be over unless Power can bring out something we haven't seen all series.
Yeah, CJ's delighted at this. This means that Renegades will be going to the World's Wildcard event at a bare minimum. And Power are about to become the biggest Pioneers anti-fans in the entire world, because their World's qualification will rely on Pioneers losing, which is crazy considering that this format is really all about regions teaming up and helping each other improve. The final match of Power's Landed event. Oh, hold on.
Wait.
Have we spoken too soon? Torsos bangs in a redirect. There's 5 seconds left. They've got to pull out a kickoff strat here from the training manual. What have they got in store?
And Torsos had a smile on his face after that one went in. They are feeling at least like they've got a shot at this one. Let's see what Power can pull out. It's a good start. They've at least got control of the ball. Now it's all about transitioning it to the other side. But that challenge just too strong. And Team Liquid move on to the next round.
That 50 just had to be better to keep it up and keep the hopes of Power alive. Meanwhile, Team Liquid all smiles across the face.